Coming up, the Bengals and Bears square off for just the 12th time since 1972. Chicago can even up the series at 6 wins apiece. And you'll see all the action right here on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Brandon Wilson now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Time to see this Bengals offense here as they get set for their first drive. And under center, of course, is the #1 pick in the 2020 draft, now in year number 2, Joe Burrow.
And he comes off an incredible performance in the opener, 5 touchdown passes. Now look, you always want to start strong, but I think that's more than anyone, including himself, could have expected.
Room here to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Shreds the tackle. Mixon with a first down and more. And down to the 27-yard line. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 27. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Slant pass to Boyd. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bears offense making their way out now for their first drive with Justin Fields, the rookie from Ohio State, at quarterback.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Fields on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Now they can't bring him down. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Muscles him off. They find some open field here. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run. He was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And the thing that stood out to me was his ability to continue through the initial contact. How many times do we see runners get slowed up and not get what they can on a run because of that first contact? But he kept the compass pointing in the right direction, kept the legs churning, and turned this into a huge play.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Fields throw there, complete to Mooney. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49. A big play there on the catch and run. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A play fake. Now Fields to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
2 minutes to play, 1st half. It's 14-0. On 1st down, it's Fields. And it's caught. And the Bears are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They try again with Montgomery. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And did he get in? Yes, they say it's a touchdown. David Montgomery taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Santos with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that drive goes a full 80 yards and 10 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Brandon Wilson to return it. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. And with the day he's having, as we look at some of these highlights, maybe he wants to duplicate this pregame meal next week.
Whatever it is, guaranteed he will ask for the exact same thing each and every week as long as he continues to run like that. Sometimes it's that simple, partner.
Yeah.
And
you know how superstitious these guys can be.
Oh, there's no doubt, right? If you put your left sock on first and you have this kind of game, you'll keep doing it. In this case, let's investigate that pregame meal. We might need some of that.
Yeah, right. It's working. The Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And quickly they get to the line. Mixon with a first down carry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Burrow on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll run with Mixon. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this 2nd half. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the 2nd half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And that will be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
Here we go on 4th down, Fields. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is now close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First down, here's Burrow. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzomah. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the... And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Here we go, Joe Mixon, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants him to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
And now off to the races down the right side. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same.
That is hauled in by Jimmy Graham. Touchdown Bears. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Once again, they run with Mixon. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. On the delay, it's Mixon. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They run for it with Mixon. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bears will get the football back. Now a 1st down throw, Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Fields. And his throw here's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
This is Robinson. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Fields. And this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Well, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now, because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away, because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for Cincinnati, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.